The storm passes. It's over. Tama does not get her money. Bad ending. It's over. It's all over. It was the empty room. So I'm about getting paid. I'm sure he's to ask. Yeah, it's not gonna happen, obviously. And actually doesn't so much as look up. His shoulders slumped got there on the feet. I'll take payment in kind, then sure he says. And if I take this burning hammer home with me? Sure, and she says lifelessly. Go right ahead. Alright, I'll be off then. Later, Tama. She picks up the cardboard boxes and heads out. Sir? It's a man from the mental place. If I believe he saw me, if I costume rentals. Oh, right. How much was it again? Just the next term, just his dollars. My goodness, severe damage. I'm afraid I have to add the full cost of the catsuit to your bill. The total comes up to 200,000 yen. Was that 200 yen? No, sir, 200,000. Sorry, I can't hear at all. I think I might have ruptured my eardrum. 200,000 yen, sir. Okay. She takes all the cash she has in her wallet and holds it out to the there. That's only 20,000, sir. The random guy throws his brow. I'm afraid he's wanted to cover it. I understand that, but I don't got no more than this. No got no more? See, please, you're not a child. Give me a discount. Make it 20,000. Instead of the 2,200 you owe. No, I can't do that, sir. There's something I should tell you. Here's to back down. Ah, that's right. Insurance. I got insurance in the event the suit wound up damaged. No, didn't. No, I did. You did not, sir. No, I did. And where's the paperwork to prove it? And she's come and clasps the hand on her chest. Right here. The paperwork is right inside my heart. When the just slides his head in his desperation. And believe me, I feel his pain. You know what? Never mind. I'm going to leave this to my boss. Leaning his back on the ruins of the sales demo, he stumbles his way back to out the room.
That was quirky.
Now just me and Mr. Nagashita. Please try not to let it get down so much, sir, as he's a cheerful as he can muster. He's already down the floor, a sobbing mess. You wouldn't know what it's like to feel so utterly hopeless. I think I might have an idea, sir. In fact, I'm sure of it. At this point, there's nothing more I can possibly do. He summons forward, trembling like a willow tree. Things will turn around soon enough, I'm sure. You don't know what me like and know me, he says. There's not going to be any turnaround, not after this. Okay, now this little pity party is starting to piss me off. No, you think you're the only person who can run back like here, but you're dead wrong. I'm not shouting the words that I intended. Mr. Nagashita whoops his head back up. Yikes, where did that come from? Let me tell you something. My pent-up emotions come surging to the surface. I have amnesia. His eyes go wide. What? I can remember anything from before this morning. My name, how old I am, where I live, any of it. What should I be in your shoes, sir? Mr. Nagashita, but look at me, the hint of lips relief. So where'd you get the name Tama then? I thought of it when I saw the tamagoyaki in those lunchboxes. Aha, tamagoyaki, Tama. I get it. He claps himself on the thighs as if he had some big revelation. But wait, how can you dash your memories? Well, I don't know for certain. Obviously, I don't remember. But I'm pretty sure I took a hard blow to the head. When I came to, I was inside a storehouse with a massive headache. A storehouse? A surge of vertigo washes over me as I recall waking up in this strange dim place. Yeah, just cut it out of his there when you flagged me down, sir. Oh, really? So it's pretty unnerving then, not knowing who you are. It sounds like he's not taking me seriously now. Yeah, it sure is. But it's not gonna do me any good just right over it. And besides, I've got a clue. What's the clue? The necklace I saw at the knick-knack shop, the same place I found the burning camera. Somehow I know that's important to me. So you took the shop so you could afford it, buy it? I nod. Of course. Now that the job has ended in a total bust, I've lost my shot at getting it. Okay then, Mr. removes his shoe and yanks up the insole. This here really is the last of my money. He pulls out 20,000 yen, adds it to the other 20,000 in his wallet, and thrusts it all towards me. Here you go, he says. That goods of investment for the burning camera you picked up. I pocketed up the two 10,000 yen bills between my fingertips. I shouldn't have to pay for it. 20,000 we agreed upon is fine, but how about you, sir? Are you gonna be okay? After all this? And compared to your misfortunes, mine are nothing. They might send me up the creek without a paddle, but I'll bounce back somehow, I'm sure of it. And then, clutching his fist, Mr. Nagashita gets a far look of his eye. Well, one more time. I'm gonna go see a bride fight. I draw near the drops. But I like the martial arts pub. You know about Red? And I spent so much money at this place. Wow, there's a small world. We should have Miku. I wonder how much he has sent. Miku, huh? I'm pretty sure I just accidentally forced her into retirement, but I decided to keep quiet on that point.
Damn.
Damn. You know, to be honest, the reason I borrowed a lot of money was to pay my tax at the place, and I had to borrow some pretty shitty sources too. I can't help but suspect that the poor guy got a real raw deal. Why don't you take that mascot costume with you, huh? I mean, I don't really need it. No, I insist. Take it for my blessing. Sure. I'll be on my way then. Is it rental? Whatever.
Yeah, but it's so damaged that he has to like just buy a new one.
Out in the hallway, passed by the man I noticed earlier, the one I didn't recognize. I see. Why did they just keep jumping to each other?
Who knows?
Anyways, we know Minorukawa is fine, so...
Yeah, he's chilling. 5 minutes into the presentation, things began to go awry. An angry clamor filled the room. What the heck are you trying to pull? I can't believe you'd actually try to sell something like this. The outright had been triggered by something the young woman on stage had said. She inadvertently let slip that burning hammer was the sort of thing you'd buy in a 100-yen shop. The would-be customers were furious to learn that they were about to be played for suckers. Most of them had immediately tried to storm out the room. Now the organizer, the full-figured young woman, and the girl in the cat costume were at the door, doing their best to hold back the tide. Things have gotten very interesting, really. Knockout pulled out his digital camera and started firing off snapshots at the angry crowd. Unfortunately, their friends were so intense that he was soon caught up with the flow and pushed out the room. Fine, I guess I'll just need to do some interviews instead of getting pictures. Excuse me, he asked one woman. Would you mind if I ask you some... Shut your mouth! Would you mind telling me a little about... Don't you talk to me! Gotta get a word on... Unbelievable! Just unbelievable! The woman was so enraged that Nurukawa couldn't get any of them to give the time of day. They really stole his camera. What the fuck is this? For long, the entire crowd had searched out the room in the part of the... Oh well, I guess I got enough to do a write-up at least. Though, it would be nice to get a quote from somebody. It's actually an insane shot the man does. He decided to try for an interview with the man who would organize this fiasco. How did the guy feel, for instance, about his product scam falling through?
And then Tamo appears.
Heading back into the event room, in the car passed by the cat mascot. The cat gave him a tiny nod and walked off without a word. He couldn't see the face of the girl inside the costume, which seemed genuinely dejected that Burning Hammer had been a bust. Hey, I'm Minoru Minamikawa, freelance reporter. I was wondering if I could have 5 minutes of your time. It's like some final boss shit, bro.
It's true. It's true.
The organizer sat alone in the midst of his ruined displays. Oh, it's you. The man's voice had lost all of its earlier punch. Here, my credentials. Minoru handed him a business card. The man introduced themselves as Yanagashita, and Minoru got right down to business. So your sales demo is over, Mr. Yanagashita. How do you feel right now? How do I feel? Well, tomorrow's another day, I guess. Minoru was impressed by the guy's candor. I'm a little surprised to hear that, he said. I figured you'd be more disappointed. Oh, I'm plenty disappointed. I took a big gamble here to repay my debts, and I lost. Nagashita didn't seem to be trying to hide anything. Debts? Minoru asked. There was a girl I was in love with, Nagashita said. I wound up spending everything on her. I stared wistfully into the distance. Ah, interesting, Minarakawa said. You wouldn't be the first man to go on such lengths for a woman. Yeah, Yanagashita said. I suppose not. A rueful smile crossed his lips. This guy didn't strike Minarakawa as some dyed in the wool scam artist. I decided that it was time to stop feeling sorry for myself, Yanagashita went on. There are plenty of people in the world who have it way worse off. You know. You got that right. Minarakawa nodded in agreement. So I just figured, well, as long as I'm still alive, maybe another opportunity will come my way. A more earnest smile broke through Yanagishita's forlorn expression. Minarakawa wished Toriyama could have been there to hear this fellow. I have a friend who's in an incredible amount of debt myself, Minarakawa said. She runs a publishing company, but there was a big mix-up with the scratch cards in the magazine. Scratch cards? It's not important, Minarakawa said hurriedly. Letting more people know about the whole scratch card fiasco certainly won't do Toriyama any favors. Anyhow, debt is a terrible thing, Minarakawa nodded sagely. Oh, by the way, this isn't related, but are you familiar with a group called SOS? Apparently there's some legendary street gang here in Shibuya. SOS? Yamashita shook his head. No, never heard of them. Guess I'm not gonna get any leads on that case here. Minarakawa wondered if there was anything else worth asking this guy.
Like, what does it change if I just say no? I don't think it'll change anything. This seems like such a nothing fucking thing. But Shibuya now wasn't like what's her name writing that?
Yeah, but like I think here Minarakawa just questions him about it, like how do you feel about life? Or something like that.
Okay, but like, what will it change? Well, what option choose? Whatever. I'll just ask him.
Maybe Yanagashita would be willing to take his Shibuya now server. A little bit of a burden off of Chiaki seemed like a good idea. I have another question. How do you feel about your life? Huh? How do you feel about your life? Your products aren't selling. You can't repay your debts. And yet you still refuse to give up, believing opportunity will come your way. How do you feel about all of that? Yanagashita paused and thought. I like the little plushies, the little chicken plushies.
It's true. It's true.
I'd say I'm a pretty lucky guy. Minarakawa was taken somewhat aback by that response. I haven't been able to sell any burning hammer. And sure, I can pay off my debts. But even so, Yanagashita looked Minarakawa right in the eye. The two cute young girls I've got working for me have stuck with me through thick and thin. Sometimes maybe you just need to be content with something like that, you know. Damn, Hopecore. That was refreshingly forthright. Minarakawa was surprised.
Hopecore is crazy.
And I mean, so whatever I've got debts, Yanagashita went on. In the long run, none of that matters, not really. There was a knock on the door. Oh, excuse me a moment, Yanagashita said. I wonder who that could be.
He's about to die.
He opened the door and his face froze. Damn! Wasn't quite quick enough. Mr. Minarakawa? Yes? You have to pardon me. I've had a little something crop up here, so if you don't mind. Oh, sure, not a problem. I've got other interviews I need to get to anyway, so I'll just... But Nagashita was out the door before Minarakawa could even finish.
He got.
Stepping out the hallway, Minarakawa could faintly hear voices from the adjoining demo room. It sounded like Mr. Yanagashita and two other men. Minarakawa couldn't make out any words, but he could tell they were arguing about something. There's probably some consumer complaint against one of his products or an issue with the client company. Something along those lines. Man, people who run companies sure have it rough. You hang in there, Mr. Yanagashita. Totoro. Oh, perfect timing! Mirko stopped short as a familiar voice called out to him. It was the man he'd spoken to earlier that afternoon about the surveillance cameras. Hey, come here for a sec. The man waved him over. What is it? I'm real busy right now. I got a scoop for you. Saw it with my own eyes. Mirko raised an eyebrow. Give me the details. Okay, so a little while ago, I saw some foreign guy in handcuffs arguing with someone who looked like a detective. A foreigner in handcuffs? Had there been some kind of international sting or something? Whatever the case, it wasn't such a rare thing to see. Where was this? Just over there, at the police station. Minokar furrowed his brow. A suspect arguing with a cop outside a police station wasn't all that weird. Still, he had a feeling he was missing something here. Well, the big thing is what happened afterward, the man said. Afterward? The man leaned in,
Conspiratorially.
The detective undid the guy's handcuffs and let him run off. Whoa, what? I'm telling you, man. Had to have been like a bribe or something. A bribe? That seemed unlikely. I swear that's what it had to be. There was some real reason going on. You're not making this all up, are you? Minokar asked. He regarded the man coldly, but the guy still seemed quite legitimately worked up. It's all true. Please, now you have to report this to the police right away. Why do I have to? Noriko asked. If you have to tip for the police, go give it yourself. He didn't quite manage to stop himself from saying that out loud. No, I can't. I'm no good when it comes to the police. Besides, they're never gonna believe someone like me. Okay, so maybe he had a point there. But you know, you're some world-class reporter, right? Cops would totally take your word over random nobody. Carl didn't have the time to debate the point. It was easier to just make the call. He phoned up the police to leave the tip. The man bowed repeatedly, looking pretty grateful. Oh, thank you so much. I haven't been able to get any business done with those scary thugs around. What thugs? What line of business are you in anyway? What? The man suddenly went pale. Whoopsies. I gotta get going. He skidded off in alarm. Minurkawa was left to wonder what this guy's line of work actually was. But he had more important things to worry about at the moment. He hurried off in the other direction. Before long, he arrived back at Cafe Lautrec. Clock on the wall showed that it was close to 2 o'clock. He had to somehow fill 6 more pages before the loan company came to Heaven Publishing to collect. He booted up his laptop. What's with this coffee shop? He said. Said a low, stern voice. You got no good magazines here. Nurkal looked up. The old man was complaining to one of the waitresses. It was the same guy who'd been yelling at his daughter earlier. Apparently, he'd been here at the cafe this whole time. Have you got any magazines for me to read? The man's face was a mask of irritation. When Rukawa glanced at the magazines in the rack, they were mostly geared towards the younger reader. Waitress shifted to the stacks and pulled something from the back. Perhaps this could be to your liking, sir, she said. She held out an issue of 4-star general gossip. Don't be ridiculous, the man spat dismissively. This is vulgar, low-grade filth. I won't even use the paper it's printed on for compost. I won't use this paper to wipe my ass! That was a harsh way to put it, but Mirankawa couldn't fault him for speaking the truth.
That's crazy.
The man continued grumbling as he went back to his seat. Minorcar headed over to the magazine rack himself and picked up the gossip. He opened the front cover and found the scratch card still inserted within. If these things were still out there, it was bad news. Graham might end up even further in debt. Bah! Minorcar yanked the scratch card out and tore the bits. Sir, what are you doing? The waitress rushed to stop him, only for the pieces to rain down on her like confetti. The magazine itself still perfectly readable, Minorcar said. There's no problem here. He strolled back to the seat and gazed at his laptop screen. It still hadn't finished booting up. Damn. In the meantime, he decided to give Chiaki a call.
How much has Chiaki cooked?
She picked up right away. Hello? Minorcar asked. Hi there, good to hear from you, Chiaki replied. How's progress? I did it. I cooked. Chiaki said, her voice overcome with emotion. I managed to get people to hear me out. Of course you did. You got your pointers from me. Yes, I couldn't have done it without you, Mr. Mina. Her mood had done a complete 180. Minorcar allowed himself a little sigh of relief. Okay then, he said. Head back to the editing department and put together an article for me. You got it, sir. Chiaki chirped up in reply. I'll email you as soon as I'm done with things on my end, Minorcar told her. Just use the DTP to sort your piece into the right spot in the layout.
Desktop publishing. Interesting.
Sure thing. Minorcar hung up, then rolled up his sleeves. Bam! He sure was towing a pretty narrow line today. The burning camera event had kept him a little longer than anticipated. Now he needed to clean up his copy as soon as possible in order to stick to his schedule. When he turned back towards his laptop, however, he froze in shock.
No battery.
What? His laptop monitor was still a black, empty screen. There's no way it would take this long to finish booting up. Oh no, it could be. It couldn't be. No. Don't let it be true. His computer decided to pick now, of all times, to give up the ghost. Minorcar felt the blood drain from his face.
Oh, to be
Minorcar
continued. I see.
Minorcar laptop be like, I'm all bricked up.
That's crazy. Me when I see my wife. Okay, Minorcar finished quite quickly actually. I assume Tama is also almost done, so I'll go finish Tama.
I love Tom.
Tama Nation, rise up. Oh, the sales demo was over, I wonder why he's still here. Game of Faint now, now it's back for something in the demo room. Man in Japan. I should keep my fingers crossed with the guy. At last, I'm back outside the building. I feel bad for not doing the catsuit to the man from the window place. Still, I can't just walk around town wearing this thing. I'll stick out like a sore thumb. It's the best to just leave it behind. Then it dawns on me. Hold on, I still can't get this thing off. Don't skin the cat. Guess this cat's staying in the bag. I think I'll head to this next shop. This is... That's crazy. I sure got far.
Yep. I think Minorcar had the red thing.
Yo, this red thing was just the same thing as Tama. I just switched between them. Like, you see the keep out. Minorcar's jump here isn't. It's just the same one that is here. Isn't go to here?
No, I mean try it out, please. I don't know.
See, it's a nothing ever happens jump. There's just really Achi and to fix Kano's bad ending, and then it's like free.
Osawa be doing nothing again.
Yeah, Osawa, I leave Osawa for the end, and I just turn on autoplay, and I leave.
Damn.
Osawa, Hideo Kojima. He's mid-ass story, I'll be honest.
Emerging on the far side of the gathering, Archie saw the main road ahead. Cars were zipping past in a steady stream. What do we do? There were too many cars for them to rush across the street without getting hit, but they couldn't exactly just sit and wait for the light to change. And they certainly couldn't go back the way they came. The pursuers were getting closer and closer. He told me, Archie shouted.
Get hit by a car or...
Remember the hint that gave you the game over.
Oh yeah, cause a traffic jam. Thank you for stopping the bad ending.
I mean, I don't know if it was gonna be a bad ending or just not gonna progress, but we're going across. What? Bearing Hitomi by hand, Archie darted out into the street. Moving purely by instinct, he wove his way through the gaps between the speeding cars. When they were halfway across, a car slammed on its brakes to keep from hitting them, causing several cars behind it to crash one into another. The multi-vehicle pileup plunged the roadway into total chaos.
Oh my...
In a matter of moments, the street was clogged with a long line of stopped vehicles. Archie and Hitomi's pursuers remained on the other side and did not pursue. Okay, that was crazy. Hitomi panted as she caught her breath. Well, you know what they say.
Oh, toasters. Toast.
Idle feet are the devil's playthings. Hands, its idle hands. Whatever, at least they got nowhere. Come on, let's go! Archie led the way down several twisting side streets before slowing his pace. By now, Hitomi was slumped and panting heavily. He wanted to give her some time to rest, but if they just hung around, their pursuers might still find them. He looked around and spotted a multi-tenant building. The nearest door was open. Bundles of flyers were set out near the entrance. Damn! Archie peeked inside and saw piles of plywood and painted lumber. It looked like this was a storeroom for the theater's stage props and scenery. We can hide out in here, he said. But Tommy hesitated, but Archie gave her hand a little tug. He'll be fine, there's nobody around. They stepped inside the storeroom and Archie quickly shut the door behind them. We should probably rest for a bit, he said. There was a wooden platform set up beside a large piece of plywood. Archie picked up a magazine that had fallen on the floor and spread it out atop the platform's dusty surface. Here, now I can sit without getting your clothes dirty. Thank you. Hitomi quietly took a seat. We should probably turn off our cell phones, Archie said. It could be really bad if they rang out at the wrong moment. Two powered off their phones. Archie took a cursory look around. It didn't look like there was any way in or out besides the door they came in through. There was a single window set in the wall, but it wouldn't open far enough to let them through. Ah! He told me that was a quiet gasp. Someone was outside the storeroom. Archie put a finger to his lips, and Hitomi gave a fearful nod. The window's frosted glass blocked any real view in or out. As long as they stayed quiet, they ought to be safe. Whoever was outside pressed their face to the frosted glass, trying to get a glimpse inside. The blurry visage of the foreigner who had attacked them was dimly visible. Like the man with the cane before him, this guy was quick to catch up. The man pounded on the glass. Hachi swallowed a lump in his throat. If this guy got in, they had nowhere to run. Hachi turned to Hitomi.
Sit tight.
We'll be fine. Just sit tight. Tommy clutched onto Hachi's arm hard. Can I help you with something? Said a casual voice from outside. They saw their pursuer react at once, pulling back from the window. That's just our storeroom, you know, the voice added. Hachi heard footsteps scampering away. The kidnapper had run off. Hachi exchanged glances with Hitomi and let out a tiny sigh. There were more voices coming from outside now. What was up with that guy? I don't know. Oh. Whatever. I don't know what that
Why did the
what that
moan?
meant.
Why bro moan?
The fucking vibrator up his ass start.
Playing Shibuya Scramble, but I have a vibrator up my ass.
Whatever. Let's just hurry up and get stuff tidied up. Man, my throat's raw. Sounded like a conversation between two men. The storeroom door opened and the men clumped their way inside.
Tonmonari Takaya and Taro Toka.
So what are we getting? Let's grab all those folding chairs over there. Producer said we're gonna need a lot more seats all of a sudden. Mr. Orai said that? Going all out for the troop. This last hurrah, huh? Beats me, man. No real hurry, the men went about carting the folding chairs away. They didn't notice Achi and Hitomi sitting silently in the shadows. Not to change the subject, but how come we're using a dry ice machine and not a smoke machine? Maybe that's why my throat's bothering me. Yeah, it's pretty weird. Nobody's even operating it, and it's still drawing a ton of power. Think it's effective? Cough, cough. Achi and Hitomi waited for the men to finish up. If they were spotted, it would probably cause a scene, and worse still, it might alert the men who were haunting them. Hunting, not haunting.
Ghost
Okay.
people.
The spooky people. Once they'd carried off the rest of the folding chairs, the men closed the storeroom door.
Why are I felt like I would be getting all the wrong answers because there's no way you could tell which answers are right and wrong, but all these are just obvious.
I don't know. That one was obvious. The other ones are kind of confusing though.
Somehow I always get it right though.
The foreigner could still be somewhere nearby though, so Archie decided they should hide out in the room for a little longer. I mean, that being said, you're $11 down, so yeah, this blows. I want to get back out there and look for that blue van as soon as possible, but Archie tried to offer something occurred to him. Wait a second. No, that's weird. Hitomi looked at him inquiringly. The kidnappers already have the ransom money, Archie said. That's right. And then they told you that your sister was in some blue minivan. Is that kind of weird? What do you mean? Did you figure that your sister was in the minivan by herself? Well, yeah. If one of the kidnappers were with her, they won't need to send me to go get her. Right, Hachi said. And yet the fact was that as soon as the kidnappers had their money, they could have let Hitomi's sister out of the vehicle and just ran off. There was no point in sending Hitomi to fetch her personally. A look of revelation dawned on Hitomi's face. Oh.
All of this links back to Osawa somehow.
That minivan had already left Onginzaka, she said. And it came back while we were there waiting for it, Hachi finished. Thought back to his earlier run-in with the blue vehicle. So then inside that minivan, there had been a bunch of foreigners inside, which meant
This means the same thing.
yeah, it means the same thing. The kidnappers had been trying to ambush, she told me. They told her that her sister was in that minivan to lure her into it, and the kidnappers had been lying in wait inside. Do you think they were trying to kidnap me too? That's it! Ash clapped his hands together. They'd let your sister go and demand a ransom for you. And then they'd make her deliver the ransom money for your release. And they'd be able to get it like infinite ransom money by constantly abducting one twin after the other. It seems a little far-fetched. Oh, yeah, I guess you're right. Now that she said so, I actually realized it was kind of a ridiculous idea. Still, what if the kidnappers really were trying to kidnap me? Hitomi said. As in, like, they accidentally abducted the wrong twin? I mean, I guess that would have been easy to botch up. But that would imply that they wanted me specifically and not my sister. Hitomi paused briefly and thought. Maybe you're hotter than your sister or something, Achi suggested with enthusiasm. Hitomi shook her head. That can't be it. If anything, it's the other way around. Compared to my sister, I'm just... Whoa, hey, stop right there! Achi had to interrupt her. You're not just anything. Please don't. I'm just... Tears welled up in Hitomi's eyes. Why does this have to happen to her? Why not me? Whoa, hey, come on, don't cry. I'm sorry. Cheer up. Like that song says. Don't just stand there. Wipe those tears away. That one. You know what? Is that Aya Kamiki? Yeah, that's the one. Put your hand in mine. Every single bee is a light. Huh? You know, every single bee is a light. Tell me that with a giggle. Everything will be alright. You've got the lyrics wrong. It's everything will be alright.
I mean, if Ayakamiki's songs, like the lyrics, sound anything like any personal singer ever, you'd understand like half the words only.
Real. Alright, yeah. I guess that makes more sense, I guess. Achi's mouth curled into a sheepish smile. Alright, I think we've laid low long enough, Achi said at last. Think we should be on our way. He was about to get to his feet when he heard voices outside the storeroom again. Yikes. That was pretty careless of us. Yeah, we definitely gotta watch it. The theater guys from earlier had returned, and they sounded a bit panicked. Heard folks have been missing the storeroom a bunch recently. And did you hear who was behind it? Some juvenile delinquents. Like a gang? Wow, that takes me way back. Alright, let's hurry on back. Archie rushed over to the door. He tried turning the knob, but the door wouldn't budge. Oh, come on, are you freaking kidding me? He paced frantically around the room, pulling at his hair. We're locked in!
Hell yeah, actually is locked in.
And that door was the only way in or out. Hachi and Hitomi were well and truly trapped inside the storeroom. This is all my fault, Hachi said. It was all my idea to hide out here in the first place.
Well, on the right side, the kidnappers won't get to you either.
Suddenly, the guy in the cane breaks the window with his gun and shoots both of them.
Suddenly, C4 explosive.
He bowed to Hitomi repeatedly. We're never gonna be able to find that blue minivan now. Guess we'll have to get someone on the outside to help us, Hitomi replied. He scowled thoughtfully. They powered the phones back on in order to call for help. The big question was who they could possibly ask.
So Sava finally do something.
He told me, anyone you can reach out to? Mr. Tanaka, I suppose. Tanaka, right. Suggestion didn't exactly thrill Achi. He had no idea what this Tanaka guy was like. Hopefully he was the dependable sort who would actually show up to rescue them. But somehow he thought that thought made Achi feel even worse. Achi had someone he figured he could call, but he hesitated, uncertain. There had been a time when he trusted this guy more than anyone. They had bailed each other out of countless jams. Nowadays, though, things were different. He told me to give Achi a puzzled look as he sat lost in thought. Right, guess I don't have much of a choice. Achi scrolled through the contact list on his cell phone. He found a name he had thought he'd never call again, Suzumu. Hey yo, bruh. Achi, is that you?
The rare prophecy. It continues to be true. Every new character we voice, they have to say blue at least once.
This one makes sense though, please come on, man. Suzumu's voice was low and guarded.
You say that like, bro, is something gangsters just say, man.
It's slang, bro. Oi, brother. Is that the better, man?
Honestly, yeah. Still, Gokus.
Suzumu's voice was low and guarded. Look, I've got a favor to ask you. I'm in a real bind here. Huh? Like, things are ridiculously bad, man. I thought maybe you could help me a little bit. You seriously thought I'd help you? Suzumu's words were like ice. You messing with me or something, man? No, he sounded a touch angry as well. Painful memories flashed before Achi's eyes. Right then, sorry to bug you, just forget it. Suzumu hung up before Achi was even finished talking. No dice, Achi said to Hitomi with a lopsided frown. She looked back at him, her expression a mirror of his own. What should we do? What should we do? I guess we're back to Mr. Tanaka. Guess so. You wanna go ahead then?
You know what? I wanna switch over to Kano. Just
Yay, you're reading.
let's see what's happening now. That Kano doesn't die in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah. Hot time, yippee.
The car moved at a glacial pace toward the crime syndicate's hangout. Suddenly, pounced his face on the steering wheel of the station. They had no sooner set out than the traffic slowed to a near standstill. Despite the occasional lurch, the brakes kept the Wiivo crawl. Kano stood in the passenger seat. The case was rapidly getting out of hand. Now had to worry about the safety of both Maria and her sister Hitomi. Never mind the fact that Detective Tenno had also gone missing. There were too many unknowns, too many uncertainties. Anything was going unbearable. Also, what? That hasn't really been, and like, we can't reach him from our end either. Kuzi's words kept echoing from Kano inside Kano's head. What if he caused Tenno to drop out to contact? Someone had gone after Hitomi while Kano and the others were busy training the Atlich case. Could Tenno have been... No, it couldn't be. Kano was sure Tenno would have done whatever was necessary to keep Hitomi safe. Suddenly broke the long silence. What's on your mind? Still thinking about that call from Kuzi? Kano didn't answer. Look, if you remember that other detective, the guy couldn't even protect one girl, Stanley continued. Not exactly a ringing endorsement. Not to talk about things out that way. I said about Hitomi Usawa, but the missing Atlich case needs to come first. Stanley's expression remained stone cold. Kano flashed from a sidelong glare that went back to staring out the window. A moment later, a flurry of motion in a nearby alley caught his eye. We must start. Keiko Sayama. This fellow detective was caught up in an altercation with a man in dark clothes. Kino's moving direction, his body moving once before his mind registered the situation. Sayama, in the door open, stepped out the below car. Hey, wait! Stanley called after him. But Kano was already sprinting toward the fight. Oof! The other man knocked his hand into a pile of garbage. Then struggled to get back to his feet. His opponent looked down to him with a triumphant sneer. Can finally got a good look at the man, and his eyes flashed recognition. It was the perp who'd first taken that latch case back at the scramble. Tariq Al-Karawan. You! Hey, you! Get off of my cloud! It felt like a bullet to tackle Al-Karawan outside around the legs. Al-Karawan nimbly stepped aside. Keno's arms closed on nothing but air. The same moment, Al-Karawan deftly wrapped an arm around Keno's neck. Keno felt a vice-like pressure on his carotid artery. His consciousness quickly began to slip away. Oh no, return to Bassett, he snarled. Knowing extent of gravity, he held a hold of Al-Karawan's legs and used his shoulders as a full chrome against it. Despite the arm still crushing his neck, Kendo managed to lift his opponent high into the air. That's crazy.
Damn, this guy does not take a break, man. He's been getting killed, like
walks up to fucking Archie, gets fucking punched in the head, drops down, gets into a scuffle with my fucking gun cane guy. Then he sees Kano and he gets fucking flipped around, fucking dropped into a pile of garbage. How could you be any more fucking bad? That's your job, man. Stanley strolled up to the aftermath of the struggle. We got the brown part down, he said. Need some work on the brains. Al-Karawan was sprawled out at the top of the round of refuse. He'd been knocked out cold. Siamma coughed spotted. Kinda wanted to help him with his fate, but Stanley stepped in between them. What are you doing? Stanley asked. Help me, Siamma, what does it look like? I need to apprehend Al-Karawan first. You're not even conscious. Siamma can come first. He pushed Stanley aside and crouched down beside his partner. Are you alright? He asked. Yes, Siamma groaned. You're bailing me out though. Can't let Mrs. know about that. Mum's the word, Keno said. He slipped an arm underneath Siamma and helped him to his feet. I managed to find the guy who got the attached case, Siamma said, but when I tried to arrest him, this fella came out of nowhere and attacked me. He flashed Al-Karawan a nasty look. So here we go again, as obeying the written orders, Stanley huffed. What's the deal with the Japanese police anyway? He shook his head in exasperation. Siamma gave Kano a puzzled look, jerking his thumb to the American. Who's this guy? It's a long story, Kano said. He filled Siamma in on the situation. Enough shit shut. Hurry up and cuff this guy, Stanley said. Kano knelt down by Al-Karawan's cautious body, flipped him over and proceeded to cuff his hands behind his back. Kano paused. Al-Karawan's sleeve had slid back his wrist. What's this? The unconscious man had a tattoo of a two-headed scorpion in his left foot. Okay, so he has their logo is a scorpion and their fucking name is Skull, bro. Are they stupid?
it's like those T-shirts like fucking Jesse Pinkman wears.
It's true. It's actually something he would wear. It's so true. You find something? He asked. Yeah, I think I might be the ringleader. Seeing the image to remind Kano of something he'd heard back at the headquarters. The head of the foreign syndicate had a scorpion tattoo. The latest information to Stanley. Relayed to Stanley. I see. Stanley called up Kuzi in his cell. We'll be happy to know the guy with the attached case is still at large, he said. Breaking the ringleader at this point shouldn't be an issue. One of your so very capable subordinates gave us a big step forward in the case here. It's like Siamma murmured. That was sarcasm, wasn't it? Stanley had been called over to him. Think you can escort this guy back to the precinct? Yeah, sure, seeing how very capable I am. Cannon felt his phone vibrate. The display showed an incoming call from Rumi. Although he answered very keeping his voice down, and he had him a little on edge. It's me. It was Shizuo. Damn it, Kano thought he did not have time for this right now. Just hung up, might even be in deep hot water. Kano. Okay, so we know from last time, my wife left me was a bad ending, so maybe I should listen to him. It's a better listen to what the old man had to say. Hello, sir, I'm afraid I'm not good. We should take it. Boston car right now. Near Fritz, my father-in-law. This is best apologetic. I'm not your father-in-law. Oh yes, of course. Sorry, sir. He bowed his head aggressively, feeling like an idiot. You don't give a damn about keeping me wait like this, do you? Sorry, I swear to you, I feel terrible. Please, I just... Frustrated, he took a deep breath and composed himself. I promise you, sir. I promise I'll be there. You can just wait. Don't make promises you can't keep. Visual's rebuke made Kano break out in sweat. You can literally out the hook because you're working a case. This is exactly why I don't want you my daughter. It's a detective. Great. Under angry tirade. Didn't you used to be a detective, sir? Kano muttered. You watch yourself, you little brat. It's not enough to keep calling me your father-in-law. Now you have to bring that up. Evidently, Kano had touched a raw nerve. It seemed like anything he said only made matters worse. Well, you're not off the hook, Shizuo continued. I never let my daughter marry the likes of you. Bad ending. His fury hitting its crescendo, his little promptly hung up. Why on earth Chizuo held such an intense malice towards police detectives when he had been on himself? Kano had been called a detective for a mistake in the first place, and now it was the biggest thing holding him back. Hey, come on, let's go. Suddenly the voice snapped Kano out of his daze. Grimly he called the American back to the car. My wife left me, American man.
But Kano's wife didn't left him. He never got married in the first place. He can't get married, bro.
I don't care, his wife left him. Yet again, Sunny was thumping the steering wheel in frustration. Traffic hadn't let up one bit. It was starting to look like they might never make it to the second hangout. Kano caught the sight of a girl in a hoodie, weaving her way between the stopped cars on foot. He rolled down the window and called out to her. Miku?
Oh, it's Miku.
Couldn't be missed. Did something happen? Huh? What do you mean? It was a road, I mean, that's all the way traffic. Alright. Apparently there was some big accident over the train station. That's probably what's causing it. Really? Yeah, I don't think you guys are gonna be go anywhere for a while. She smiled and went on her way. Suddenly I gave a steering wheel another crunch. Well, I guess I did say this wasn't just some typical ransom case he murdered. Kano saw an opportunity. If they're not after the money, what are they after? He suddenly kept his eyes forward, acting as if he hadn't heard. Look, Kano said, I can't help you if you could keep me out of the loop. If you keep out of the loop. After a few moments, a thought suddenly replied with a single monosyllable. Drugs. What? Maria's father, Kenji Osawa. I assume you're aware he works for Okoshi Pharmaceutical? I am. Nothing's been made public yet, but Osawa since he oversaw the development of a new drug. And seemingly trying to get their hand in it. Kano's mind latched onto this new information, trying to assemble the pieces of the evolving puzzle. Someone? Who? An international criminal mastermind. This foreign syndicate is merely a tool in someone else's game. Kano regarded Sunny's face carefully. He looked more cold and serious than ever. So does that mean that the reason we're letting the syndicate walk around unfettered is on my orders? Yes. I see. So the only thing you're really concerned with is catching this international mastermind? Precisely. Kano felt like this was starting to get a picture of what sort of person Sunny was. So you don't really care what happens to the girl who's been attached to you? Not particularly, no. But you have a problem with that. Kano clenched his fist. His hand was shaking with anger. Dictum 8. When you really want to pull something, you really publish it. Kano said the words inwarded like some sort of whispered mantra. If he hadn't managed to calm himself down, he was able to slam his fist right into Sunny's face. Outside the car, the traffic remained at a standstill. Kano chafed against the feeling of utter futility. Not for another, his uncertainties came to nag at him. Was Maria still safe? What happened to Hitomi Tateno, her bodyguard? And now, on top of all this, it struck Kano as not careless to send Sasayama away with all Karawama without any backup. Now what the Jack has led him to present with interest in international masterminds and those. Fighting black is fit of peak. Fit of peak? That's crazy. Kano got out of his cell phone. Bro, it's gambling.
Gamba!
Let's go gambling! Hey, he dialed up Sasayama. Make sure his partner had gotten Alka-1 back to precinct safely. Sam hit almost right away. Kano, what's up? Our friends on your end. Any problems with getting Alka-1 back? No, I got Tateno back taking care of him. Wait, what? Kano could hardly believe his ears. When touch with Tateno, he asked. He could hear the shock in his own voice. Yeah, you just bumped into him by the precinct a while ago. Then he is safe. Kano felt a sort of relief. Well, he told me then. Suddenly glanced over to him curious. Tateno said he lost track of her somehow. Then he got called back to the precinct apparently. Tateno had lost track of her? It's not like him, Kano thought. Since he was heading back there anyway, I hadn't our guy over to him, Sasayama said. I see. Kano was glad to hear that Tateno was alright, but his relief was tempered by a surge of not anger at the thought that what happened to Hitomi. Now back to the touch case, as I might continued. Today's my wife's birthday, you know. Planning to wrap something up ASAP so we can celebrate tonight. Before I got the present and everything. I envy you, man. Wasn't his eyes, Kano took a moment to picture with me, where Chizuo's face popped up into his mind's eye right alongside her. Well, just hanging there, buddy. Even if your girlfriend is just a picture of Masami Nakama. Hahaha. Still snickering, Sasayama hung up. Kano bit his lip and slipped his phone back into his pocket. At long last, traffic had begun to move again. As soon as it, however, suddenly had to slam on the brakes. The burp stop made Kano smack his head against the windshield. Hey, what gives? Look, Stanley said. Just with his chin. Kano couldn't believe his eyes. They were walking up to the back ahead was Al-Kaiwan very much not gustily. What the hell? Kano shouted already, hopping out the car. Sunny was right behind them. They crept up to the target as silently as possible to rush him once they were close. In the moment they had subdued him, Kano used his own body weight to hold Al-Kaiwan down. What are you doing out here? They demanded. Oh, I guess he didn't get the memo, huh? Al-Kaiwan flashed a coy grin. They let me go. Let you go? Think your body here might have ear problems, Al-Kaiwan said suddenly. I'm a free man. Kano turned and glared suddenly. What is this talking about? No idea. First thing first, get this bike back to the precinct. I'll head to the syndicate to handle myself. I think this is weird, Kano asked. I mean, what the heck is this guy doing on loose again? What matters is that he is free. Maybe he's telling the truth about being let go. That's ridiculous. I guess he must have escaped on his own, Simon replied. In any case, your buddy screwed up earlier. Now it's up to you to unscrew things. Not a set with Kano, but the fact remained, he couldn't just let Al-Kaiwan go. He gave suddenly the tilted rush to the hangout, and the car sped away towards Yogi. The Kano headed back to the precinct with his captive, trying to reassure himself that he might learn something from questioning Al-Kaiwan that he might help that would help resolve the case. Oh my god, reading. Kano sat opposite to Al-Kaiwan in his interrogation room, even attempting to interview the suspect for about a quarter of an hour. Al-Kaiwan sat ramrod stiff, not responding to any prompts or questions. What time is it right now? He asked, taking away his watch, his wallet, a small knife, and his keychain. That's the third time he'd asked to know the time. Why are you so good at the time? This Kano asked. Al-Kaiwan gave no reply. Are you waiting on something? Again, the suspect was staunchly silent. Kano wasn't sure what to make of this, but he took a look at his watch. It's around 2 o'clock, he said. What time exactly? It's 2:18. 2:18? How many seconds? No, just cut the crap. He grabbed the customer by the collar. What the hell are you people after? Al-Kaiwan merely repeated the question. What time is it right now? With gravitation, Kano shoved his watch in Al-Kaiwan's face. Ah, it's 2:20, Al-Kaiwan said. Okay, then that should do it. What is the matter? The mission went on for several hours. Despite Kano's best efforts, however, Al-Kaiwan said nothing more. During all that time, the case continued to develop in unexpected ways. But Kano, stuck in the interrogation room, knew nothing about it until everything was already over and done. Car bomb. Bad ending.
Explosion. Boom. I don't know what's up with the dimming of the image. I think I don't know.
At 13:40, it throws a wrench into his plans. Who is this somebody? Probably Archie. Oh my god, it's literally. I have just for like 5 seconds, like more. I would have prevented this. Look at this shit. It's right here.